Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Maramutse, maharo, lete, all of those things. Glorious risings to everyone. How are you doing? And let me first say, I say that in the true authenticity of asking, how are you breathing, brother? How are you breathing, sister? Are you breathing? Do you have time to breathe? What is going on? And I'm coming to you today only to check in, do a little check in, and then also kind of give you some heads up for those people who are planning to come to Rwanda. I get so many questions on, oh my God, what's the process with that? So I'm going to try to go through a couple of those today of just if you're planning to come to Rwanda, please know the following. All right. So the very first is your basics is your visa. Now, blue passports, majority passports, to come to Rwanda, you do not need a visa first. You do not have to apply for a visa. You do not have to go through any embassy. You don't have to send your passport in. You literally can get on the plane, land and arrive, and you get visa on arrival. And the amount for the visa on arrival is between $50 and $60, which is payable on your credit card or cash. That's pretty much it, credit card or cash. If you do pay cash, let's say you pay like 100 USD, you're going to receive your change back in Rwanda francs, which is the local currency. So when you have to deal with visaing in that aspect, know that you visa on arrival. It is visa on arrival. You do not have to have a letter to come in. You do not have to have sponsorship to come in. You do have to have like an address or something, but uses like the address where you're staying, but you have a visa on arrival. That visa is good for 30 days. If you plan on staying for longer than 30 days, you can extend your visa from 30 days to an additional 90 days to stay. So very cut through process. For those people who are looking to do more with your visa, you're looking at staying longer, you're looking at staying, for additional time. There are other methods to get your visa. There's a difference between a visa and a difference between a permit. Now, if you're trying to get a permit, you're looking for a residential status, basically. So your permits are your business. I believe permits are a Class K. Agriculture, your nonprofit, and they're usually good for 2 to 3 years. If you're trying to go with the visa, you stay as a touristy type registration. Now, one of the things that's getting really popular for people who are coming in and out is the 10-year visa. You can apply for the 10-year visa if you are in the U.S. on home soil. And then that way you have to mail out your passport to the embassy. Everybody has gotten it back. And they are going to put a physical stamp sticker in there. You also can apply for the visa, the 10-year resident visa in Rwanda, which I suggest most people do. And that process takes no more longer than 2 weeks, no longer than 2 weeks. I know people who've gotten it in 3 days. I know people who've gotten it in a week. It really just depends on how immigration is going. Both of those processes are very simple and it should run you about $150. And so those are very easy processes to do. So that's if you're looking at your visas, okay? Now, anything else, let me be honest with you, hit up My Cousin Connection, get connected with me, get connected with Emmanuel, get into our WhatsApp group for Relocate to Rwanda. But we can be able to kind of guide you on those. Shout outs to My Cousin Connection. I believe we processed over 40 visas now, helping people out, 40 different types of visas. So happy birthday to us and a shout out number to us. Now, number 2, let's go back to, I'm just visiting Rwanda. I don't need all this information. What is going on? That's a little bit too much. Cool. Vaccines. You do not need any vaccination shot to enter Rwanda. You don't need to have the COVID-19 vaccine. You don't need to have the yellow fever vaccine. You do not need any vaccine to enter Rwanda. There's a small loophole in that. And the small loophole is you must have the yellow fever shot if you are coming from one of the popular malaria-ridden countries. So there's a couple countries they listed on their website. If you are coming in from this country, if your flight is coming in from this following country, you better have a yellow fever vaccination. I'll be honest with you, it is none of the countries are popular layover spots. Okay, so vaccinations. Do not have to worry about going to the vaccination. You don't have to worry about going to the doctor and getting shot up with anything. You can enter Rwanda vaccinated free. Okay. If you do have a yellow fever, I want you to know that that yellow fever shot is still good now. They have now gone from saying you need yellow fever from every 10 years to one yellow fever shot. You're good. You are good. Okay. So that's a little bit of information. We'll say, make sure that you pack accordingly and cautiously. Make sure that you follow your rules and everything. Make sure you have your important stuff and your valuables checked in with you on person. And that's it. I will say this, if your bags get lost, it is a headache. Now, great customer service, they'll help you out, but it is a headache. It's just a headache, it's stressful. And that's just me. I'm leaving, draws with you. I'm with you, like you can cash and draws, then you can ball. Cash and draws, you can ball. All right, so coming back to just flying in, and I want to travel, I want to do. Rwanda is a beautiful, 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 beautiful place to be. I really suggest if you're doing vacation, you're doing like 10 to 12, 2 weeks. I say 10 to 2 weeks because your districts are really spread apart. And so unless you want to be one of those people who are time, planning and going to everything might be a 2-day or 3-day excursion. One of the things that just happened for us is that I'm helping plan out my soror who's coming to visit me, her excursions. And it was like I was trying to pack in like 3 things in one day. And I should have known better. I act like I haven't lived here because you can't get 3 things done in a day. Like I can't go to the bank and then go to like file paperwork on the business. Like I can't get 3 things done simultaneously in one day. Like it's always going to be something. So why did I think I could do my vacation like that? I don't know. But in order to do what I wanted to do, we end up having to do like 2 events in a day, spend the night, wake up and do the next event. So we weren't rushed. So I say that because it's not a quick trip unless you've been here a couple of times, if you really want to get that experience. Now you can stay in the city or you can come out because they have, let me just rattle off some of the stuff. They have Tea Plantation Tour, which is the bomb. You have City Life Tour. You have King's Palace. You have Alcacaro Park. You go, period, you go. You have, I'm not going to say the other park right, the Neo-Wingi Park, but that has the canopy walk, which I'm doing. I'm totally freaked out. Watch my Instagram. I'm probably going to pass out in the middle. No, I'm not going to pass out in the middle of the canopy because that means I have to wake up. It's going to be a very serious experience, okay? But the canopy walk, the waterfalls, and then you have the chimpanzees. So the chimpanzee tour is for the people, because a lot of people do the gorilla trekking tour, and gorilla trekking is the bomb. For those of us who ain't about the high dollar life it takes to do that, you can go to do the chimpanzees. So the chimpanzees is like 10%, like a Jesus percent of the gorilla. So if you ain't about the gorilla life, if you ain't about the silverback life. If you're not about the silverback life, you can go down to the bronze, the bronze beauties or whatever, or by the chimpanzees. You can go to the chimpanzees and see that. When you go to Alcacaro Park, you do need to be very cautious of like the transport that you take. And I would say always get the local Alcacaro guide, because they have like this communication system with each other where they be like, you see the elephants, I seen the elephants, they have the north, like they do their whole Mission Impossible thing, so you can see a lot more animals and they know what's going on. And they're really, really good. I've never, ever had a bad experience with the tour guide there. So let me come back because I was just telling you stuff outside Kigali before I tell you inside Kigali. So now you have the new spot, which I haven't done, and Ellen DeGeneres has created like this Gorilla University. I don't know. It's freaking gorgeous on the pictures. I can't wait to actually go as a tourist and just be able to check it out as a guest and see this university campus that they have come up with. Freaking amazing. I feel like I'm missing. Oh, I haven't even stayed at Lake Kivu. I haven't even done like the volcano walk yet. You haven't done the boat rides or in the hot springs. Yes, they have a hot spring and they got all these people waiting around just to massage your life and get your life together. What else is there? That does not even equate to the amazing views in plantation, Lord Jesus, planet, vegetation, that was the word, vegetation that you're going to see in all of these things. So it's just so amazing to be loved. I follow you to the moon and the stars above. Yes, Rhonda, that is Rhonda. So that's just, so when I tell you that, it's like you can't do all of those things in like 2 to 3 days. Like it's really, really jam-packed. So you do want to kind of spread out and say, okay, what can I do here? What can I do there? Another thing is people try to overplan like their visit, their stay. And I say you want to plan to get here. Once you get here, everything is possible. Everything is possible. Now, let me hit you up with Kigali. Oh my gosh, Kigali has so much going on. Check out 365rwanda.com. They tell you all the events. They just had an amazing fashion week. There is fashion here that's hot in the streets. They have awesome museums, really great artistic life. The museums, I need to still check out like 2 or 3 of them that I really want to check out. I'll be honest with you, like shopping, like mall shopping, like, oh my gosh, the product, that ain't really that. But your sewing, like your fabric, your African mark shopping, yes, you can. Kumalongo. Definitely do that. And then what you have, oh my gosh, they have this new thing where it's like no car zone, car free zone. And like those Friday nights and Saturday nights, popping in the streets, okay? And then that's just so much. Like even when you hang out at Kigali Heights on the nighttime and catch out the views, it's just so much. Like you can be bougie, you can be boss, whatever it is. So you have all of these different things. And like I stated before, food is good. Food is good, food is good, food is good, food is good, food is good. Drinks, food is good. Okay. Now, so if you're traveling, those are things you want to think about. So then you have to worry about your currency and your money. Like, oh my God, what I'm going to do. First of all, USD is recognized here. So you can bring your USD dollars on the plane. You bring your USD and then you could come here and you can forex exchange. There's really not a forex exchange. I remember in the airport, it's been a while since I've been, but you can really find a forex exchange. Like just like as churches, they are popular, forex exchange are popular too. So you can always exchange your money. People prefer dealing in local currency. It is Rwandan francs. Even though you'll hear stuff and prices in USD, it's pretty much dollar to dollar. So if you hear something's 10 Rwandan francs, is pretty much like $10. But they will, I probably should have did this like, oh, that would have been cute. Let me hold up. Oh, that's cute. Okay, anyways, as I was going, but the currency is very easiest to navigate. You can do it no problem. And then you can pull money from an ATM. You also, and I have to be careful how I say this, you can use your credit card for more of your, like if there was 3 levels of experiences, like you're going right there, 50% and more of like a tourism. So like if you're doing like Alcagirl Run or you're staying in hotels or all that stuff, credit card, you can definitely use your credit card. But like if you're going to Kimarunko Park, you're going to look a fool. You're going to look a whole fool trying to pull out a credit card. You're going to look a whole lot of fool. Okay. But you can get around with that credit card and you can pull that money. So that's your currency, which you're fine. Okay. And that's why I said just get here, because you can Western Union money to yourself and pick it up. You can, okay, that was like the best example I could give right there. You could also do something called World Remit. The one thing I will say is that you pretty much do want to get at least a number, an MTM number or some card to be able to get around for that. If you're staying for more than well, you don't have to. I just think it's so much easier to navigate because they have something here called Momo. And Momo is money that's transferred from phone to phone. And that's actually the #1 preference on how to do money is Momo. But you can't do money if you don't have a Momo phone number. So if you're going to get a SIM card from MTN, you can get a SIM card and activate and everything for less than $5 US. Less than $5 US, and then you can go around and then you have a local number, which you really do want, because a local number is easier for calling taxis or anything else because not everybody always has Wi-Fi, and so you're going to be using data. So if you're trying to be contingent on like your WhatsApp, you might be someplace where your WhatsApp is not connecting and you lose calls or anything else, but you always will have a local telephone number so you can connect, call, text somebody, do all of that. What else will I have to tell you? What else do I have to tell you? What else do I have to say? So visiting Rwanda, I will say one of your downfalls in trying to visit Rwanda is if you don't stop and breathe and just go with the flow. If you are sitting here like, our tour is supposed to start at 2 p.m. Chill. Now, I'm not telling you to be late for your tours. I'm just telling you like that aggression that in the streets is not going to make the process move any better or faster. So what's going to happen is everybody else is still going to be in their chillaxing zones or going through that process and everything. You're going to be stressed out with an aneurysm. And it's going to be even worse because like you paid money for that aneurysm. Like just go with the flow and trust. I won't say like trust locals, like especially like they know they're trying to tell you stuff. Now I'm not trying to sit here and tell you to trust everybody because I don't know your situation and things. I don't know if you meet Nelson in the streets and who you met or whatnot, but I do know listen and all that other stuff. Everybody really wants you to have a good time. Everybody really wants you to have a good time and spend money, but have a good time and spend money and have a good time. So that's what they're looking for and doing. But I think, like I said, Rwanda is a nice trip. Let me be honest with you. If you tripping and trekking right now, just do your life and everything, but don't let planning for Rwanda to be a trip become a stress. Like you have no clue. Literally, if you just plan to get on the plane and land, and as long as you have like an Airbnb that's taking you, you can spend the next 24 hours asleep and then get up and then plan your life. Like you don't have to have everything pre-scheduled. We're going to do this. 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 You can travel to Rwanda 365 days a year. That's why you go to 365 Rwanda. You'll be able to find out the events. But yeah, like even that's one of the things people get worried about. They be like, oh my God, tell me about your rainy season. Dude, our rainy season is not detrimental. Our rainy season rains. Like it's literally the season where rain occurs. That's it. I've heard some bad storms, but we haven't been in like no typhoon. Like it has not been, what is it, Karate Kid 2, where everybody was coming in and the water was attacking. It is not Florida with the hurricanes. It is heavy rains when it's time to rain. The worst thing about the rains is the roads. If you're doing the dirt roads and the African massage, that is the worst thing. But rain season is not raining enough to stop you from doing what you're trying to do unless you're trying to be out there with the gorillas. Like not that. I can't help you with that one. But you can do what you need to do. So that's why I said the best time to travel or to do any of the events is definitely year round, except for April. And that's because pretty much the country is in commemoration of the genocide. And we have to be respectful, and we will be respectful of all of those things. So it's not really your turn up and party time. So I would say if you don't want to travel, you don't travel April. In fact, a lot of people from here actually go other places. So that's it. Hey, mommy.
Well, good morning.
Thank you. Oh, this is looking good. Thanks, mama.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oatmeal peanut butter. Ooh, that was good, mama. What you did with the peanut butter, and this is regular oatmeal?
Regular oatmeal And peanut butter is mixed with honey and butter and cinnamon and mixed spices.
Mm-hmm. Mm. All right. I'm eating. Bye. This is good, Mama.